YAJ.
Tonight I'm not running the entire show. I'm able to focus on hosting. Hey, Watson, I'm still looking.
Welcome to YAJ.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
Welcome to YAJ.
Dear Lord Jesus, thank you, spiritual brothers and sisters, for joining the show. We have Watson, Veronica Rose in the house. We got Antonio, and we got Bradley back there with our new peace sign, even though you can't see it on TV. I like the peace sign. I told you it's not on there.
I'm gonna find it.
While this one is looking for coronavirus on the Lysol can, because I didn't go generic this time.
Oh, you got a generic one in there, but I got the real thing.
Oh, okay. Now, here's the thing, because I have now discovered there's a lot of people watching this show, and they're looking at me going, "What are you going to talk about? What are you going to talk about?" Or we discuss a lot of things, and I enjoy all the feedback. So thank y'all for tuning in while Watson over here is trying to find out one word. Anyway, I know for a fact everybody's been looking at the stock report. I have too, and believe me, they did a very fine job in sabotaging the weed stocks. From $30 a share to nothing. Believe me when I tell you, it's kind of funny how last year when I was doing the weed report and this is what they call reading, ladies and gentlemen. When you read from magazines, when you do your research, when you read about companies, when you do your research, you'd be surprised what you find. And all of a sudden, towards the end of last year to the beginning of this year, all of a sudden now ain't nobody talking about marijuana. They just really using it to legalize marijuana to get votes. So maybe, just maybe, my daughter was right.
What she said?
Don't worry about that. Gas is low because of what's going on between Iran and Russia.
Yeah, $1.92 is when I saw it. I was like, yeah, baby.
That goes back in the room.
Well, right now it's going to sit there.
Yeah, you won't forget about it. I got it. Yeah. So there is no corona on here.
It's on there. I can't see.
Okay. Yeah, we know. Now, as I move this along, besides March Madness is coming up shortly. As I move this along, the minimum wage law. I have taken a census on the minimum wage law, which works and it don't work. What everybody needs to understand, and when Antonio and I had a chance and opportunity to talk today, we were talking about minimum wage. And we both came up with this conclusion. Why is McDonald's bitching when you've been around for over 50 years? What are you crying about? Because what? Your profits? Or you're really not selling real hamburger? Or you got to get rid of the dollar menu because you're paying somebody $15 an hour? What are we crying about here? What? Everybody's going to go belly up because you got to finally pay people? Isn't there other countries that pay their people well? Matter of fact, England, London, all them, they are required to take a nap while they work. They get their holidays and vacation. While over here in the United States, that we're the only ones that got to work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week with Red Bull. Then you cry because our kidneys are bad. But then you keep putting more workload on us. Somebody needs to help me understand this. Because I don't understand. If your rent is $1,500 a month, what exactly are you supposed to do at $12 an hour? Hi, Sweet Pea.
And Susie, what you were talking about for the can, I don't know if you saw it, but it was on Facebook and somebody circled it on the can. Now, I don't know how old this can is, but it was a can of Lysol that they showed on there, and they circled it and stuff like that and showed it.
Okay, people, I'm gonna do some math here.
You do some math.
$12 an hour times, we're gonna do, you get paid every 2 weeks, which is 80 hours, is $960. We're not talking about the ass rape you get from taxes. And yes, I'm going to call it like it is because that's exactly what it is. When FICA, Social Security, and all these people rape you for money that you get at the end of the year, like maybe $1,500, maybe with a child, you might get $3,000. But when you get done with all this raping, and you might roughly bring home $800, which a little less than $800. $700 times $700 plus $700 is $1,400. Where do you win? Because remember, when you break it all down, this is simple economics that y'all keep preaching in college that people got to go to, or high school, since you don't want to teach them. This is simple economics, people. $1,500 is your mortgage, but $1,400 is what you bring home. Tell me where you are actually gaining something. We're not talking about the car payment. We're not talking about the lights. We're not talking about the water. We're not talking about cell phone,
car insurance, groceries, gas in the cars, all, but I can name it on. And if you have children, you got to go to daycare. You got to pay for clothes for yourself. If you got to go to the doctor, you got to pay doctor bills. It goes on and on.
Where do you win? So what are y'all crying about? Oh,
I'd be so happy. I thought I won the lottery.
Correct. But see, my whole thing is you cry about somebody making $15 an hour flipping a burger. But again, I tell you, apartments are not cheap. Renting is not cheap. Everybody wants to
they're living above their means. That's what Susie says. Why are we messing up?
Good point. But don't forget too that when somebody wants you to rent their house, it starts off automatically at $1,000. So then don't forget, you see how Dominion Power rape us when it gets too hot and when it gets cold. That was one of those type of calls. You know which one.
Bill collectors?
Yeah, no.
Or
somebody who's like, excuse me, sir, would you like to have car insurance on your car?
Okay, I don't know how many people get so many calls. I mean, I do. I've been there, but you get the ones where you have Windows 7 or Windows 8, and we need to help you upgrade and this, that, and the other. And you're here going, what if you don't have a computer? And you're going, I don't even have a computer. Why are you calling me? And that, I mean, you got people that will call you, and I'm gonna tell you what, you got some crazy people that can try to do anything.
All right, guys. I'm all about the minimum wage law, but still,
What's the minimum wage now?
They're going to raise it to 12 by January 1st, I think, of next year.
So this does not apply for this year at all?
I don't think so. And then it goes, I think they raise it. But the whole thing about it is, coming from a CDL job, you got to make ends meet, man. See, look, I'm going to do a whole show on economics.
Robert says, so true, and yo,
I got to send you the thing of the hats.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of hats.
Look, here's the thing. I don't know exactly what they teach these kids in school and college, but somebody needs to understand something about when you are sitting here trying to figure out your bills. Because it took me a long time to understand money.
Robert, no, not now.
It took me a long time to understand money. And the way I needed to understand money was I had to learn how to budget. I never lived beyond my means, and there's only but so much oodles and noodles I could eat.
Well, you can put a lot of things with noodles, like chicken and mushrooms, or broccoli, or hamburger and eggs.
Not when you have
all
a,
that.
female coming over, she gets picky.
Not all females are picky.
Picky,
Not all females are picky.
very picky.
I don't think so.
I think so.
And what female is that you have?
Well, I don't know.
Your other friend that comes over here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
the coronavirus. Y'all make me sick. Every last one of you. You make me sick. You jump up and down for a virus. Here's a fact. Do your research. The coronavirus only killed 3,460 people. The common flu has killed 36,000 people per year.
You talking about that one, Susie?
36,000. Let me get my trusty calculator out again. And I'm gonna. We're in a mass hysteria.
Robert says put protein in your noodles. And Susie says, "Oh my God, you touched your face."
Oh, I know. I'ma die. Okay, now, guys, I just did minor subtraction for those who don't understand math. The ones who basically don't wash their hands, and you know who you are when you come out the bathroom.
Gotcha.
Toilet paper that seems to fly off the shelf. What y'all gonna have, a toilet paper fight or something?
I don't know, but man, they said we're gonna run out of toilet paper because we don't have enough trees to make it.
And sanitizer, hand sanitizer.
Okay, hand sanitizer. They said you cannot find it anywhere. And also, they're talking about the masks that people are putting around their faces and stuff.
For what?
You can't find that either.
For what? People wear masks every day. I don't know why they need one now. Put a shirt over your face. Do what you normally do to hide your ugliness.
It's not called a.
I'm just saying.
Because when you're coughing or you don't want people to cough around and you don't want to catch it, there are some people that just don't have a spleen and they can get sick very easily.
Oh, I
You
understand
got
that.
diabetes. People that's got diabetes really bad,
I
that
understand
don't get
that.
well very easily.
But
They have
we
to
all
get that.
both know that male and female, y'all eat something and suck something that's more dirtier than this virus. So y'all need to stop tripping.
Hi, Joey.
32,540 people. That's a far cry from the regular flu. Far cry from the regular flu.
Susie said, wash that head.
What?
Wash your hands. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you something. In my travels, I've watched people in a restaurant go straight to the bathroom.
They just confirmed 2 people in the virus in Chesterfield.
Okay. That means they probably went out of the country.
I'm just letting you know. It's
Okay.
confirmed. Thank
But
you, Susie.
I've watched people when I was, working, I'm doing my thing, and I'm sitting there washing my hands, and sometimes you gotta just watch the feet of who comes out that bathroom. So while you're sitting there washing your hands, looking down and pretending you're not paying attention, you see those same shoes get up from the toilet and go straight out the door.
Oh my gosh, yes, I see that a lot.
And you are some nasty MFs. You just took a dump and did not wash your hands. But yet you're crying about a mask and hand sanitizer. You know who you are. I don't care if Facebook don't show nobody. But at some point, when are people going to start taking responsibility in their own personal hygiene?
Yeah, you need to. I mean, come on now.
Come on, man. You take a dump, you're supposed to wash your hands.
Well, I hate to tell you, but rotavirus comes from feces. Okay?
Yeah.
That's what kids get, and it comes from feces, and it can make you very sick and ill. And let's see. Robert said most people in the military that's catching it. And Susie said if you sing the happy birthday song long enough to wash hands, then you know your hands are clean.
Yep.
Which is true. They say you need to wash it a certain amount of time.
And plus, don't forget.
You don't just put it in the hand, go like this, and then rinse, and you're done.
Don't forget, a lot of you military people, when they go overseas, they sleep with anything too. I love my military. I talk to the youngins every 3 days. But believe me, I'm smart enough to know these guys go out of the country and sleep with anything, male and female.
That's nasty, Leslie. Oh, you're talking about the cruise ship and that. Some of us at work were talking about the cruise ships, how a lot of them have to stay on the cruise ships and that. Well, you know, as long as they got food and all this, that, and the other, to me, it seems like I'm going to be staying on a cruise ship for free and stuff like that.
A woman made a good point. She said she didn't have the window. See, I would have been chilling.
Well, you can go up on deck. I mean, it's not like
you can't leave your room.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
That's what she said. She said she had a balcony, something to look out of.
You can't even walk out on the thing if everybody's quarantined on that ship.
Yeah, if everybody's quarantined, yeah.
On the ship, you can go walk around and do anything.
Right.
Now, if you're quarantined in your room, you can't come out. Oh, now that's a different story.
Yeah, that one's like a hamster in a wheel cage.
Oh, that's true, Robert. You know, gyms, you know, sweating and all this and that and the other, and need to wash your hands and yeah. Okay, what do we need the world for?
Heal the world, make it a better place.
Oh, we are the world.
We are the world. The coronavirus is.
Oh my God! Really?
Hey, can you play me and Buzz Lightyear out? Buzz Lightyear.
YAJ effect. YAJ effect. YAJ.
Buzz Lightyear. And I guess.
Okay, you can leave the spice ready. Well, that's good.
Oh, quickly.
All right, we got a lot of people. We got Lawrence, Tammy, Lisa, Megan, Chris, Susie, Catherine, Julie, Robert, Joey, Michelle, and Michael. Sorry, I get Michelle and Michael mixed up. Sorry, and Patty. Well, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I think we'll see you on YouTube Tuesday. No,
Saturday.
Tuesday. I'm getting these things
Whoa.
confused. I'll see you on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, because last Tuesday I said Saturday.
Oh yeah, now you see how I feel. I'll be like,
Oh my gosh.
Saturday, Monday.
Leslie didn't go overseas and